I want you to meet a very special person. I've known her for almost 30 years, a dear friend. Her name is Eliza. Her journey with breast cancer offers many, many lessons for all of us. Now, when I spoke with her to learn about what's happening on her journey, I greeted Eliza with, "Habari gani? Hey, what's the news?" Here is Eliza's inspiring story. When my friend was diagnosed with breast cancer, she was shocked, but not devastated, like some of us would be upon hearing such a report. In fact, Eliza, she's just so warm and outgoing. She's one of those take charge kind of people. And her luminous spirit was quite evident throughout her journey with cancer. Shortly after her diagnosis, and long before she actually began radiation therapy, Eliza began her own process toward healing. Now, what exactly did she do? Well, she began visualizing the X-rays flowing into her body as healing waves of energy. Now, did you catch that? Listen again. She began visualizing the X-rays flowing into her body as healing waves of energy. Now, this is before she started treatment, right? Not only did she visualize the X-rays as healing waves of energy, she also named them. She named these redemptive agents of hope and light, calling them radiant beams. I just love that. Now, during the many months of her treatment, Eliza wanted to be sure to stay connected with her family and her many friends. So she created a newsletter to tell the story about her journey with cancer. One of the stories she shared was this one. I'm celebrating the conclusion of this portion of my journey with cancer by going to Georgia to visit my son, Greg. I'm leaving on October 4th. I'll be gone for 5 days. I can't wait. Greg is taking me to the Georgia National Fair in Perry, Georgia, wherever that is. I have no idea. There will be no doubt wonderful and lots of it Southern food. Life is good. Now, did you notice that in Eliza's story, she cast a vision for herself? Now, vision is one of the 7 sacred promises. Now, for Eliza, it didn't matter if she had good news or not so good news to share. She decided to share it in her newsletter. And she always included a simple note of thanksgiving and inspiration. That's so like Eliza. In another story she wrote, I can't believe it's been almost a year since I encountered cancer. I found the lump Halloween weekend, was diagnosed in November, had surgery in December, then for 6 weeks in January and part of February encountered radiant beams. Then finally I was infused with chemo drugs for 6 months. Wow. Phew. It has been some journey. Eliza continued her story. She says, I'm looking forward to new and different things this coming year. Once again, my thanks to all of you who've been so supportive throughout this enlightening experience. Your cards, words of encouragement, and prayers have meant more to me than you can know. I count myself blessed to have so many wonderful and caring friends. Now, Eliza's one of those people who's always ready to reach out and serve other people. So she closed her newsletter this way. Here's the thought for the day. When a mighty ship is moored in the harbor, it's safe. But mighty ships were not built to remain in the harbor. You know what? She's right. Mighty ships are not made for harbor. They are not made to be stuck standing in still waters. Mighty ships are made to be put out to sea. They're made to be out on the wide, open, expansive ocean. Just like us. They're made to be all they can be. You might even say they were made to live out loud. Now, Margie's blessings continue to just flow and flow and flow. Her positive energy creates that beam that just shines out into her family, into her neighborhood, into her workplace, with her clients, and beyond. Why? Well, it's because she said yes. Yes to God's legacy for her. She said yes to daring to wear her soul on the outside. And for Margie, wearing her soul on the outside, living out loud, is something she does every single day, no matter where she is or who she's with. Gloria, I can't imagine living any other way. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to share my story and for encouraging me always to live out loud. Now, I began Eliza's story with these lines from my poem, Song to Myself. I want to know if you will throw away your cloak and show your heart, if you will dare to wear your soul on the outside. You know what? When we live out loud, it makes all the difference, doesn't it? Sometimes people ask me, Dr. Gloria, doesn't it hurt to live out loud? Doesn't it hurt to wear your soul on the outside? Well, the alternative is not living out loud, and that hurts a whole lot more. In fact, that's what keeps you stuck. That's what keeps you living in fear. That's what keeps you in your comfort zone. It keeps you from stepping fully into the life that God has planned just for you. As I've said before, don't let fear hold you captive. Why? Because it will steal your joy. It will steal your soul. It will just suck the marrow, the life right out of your bones. We were made to stand and to speak in the amazing power of our own true voice. That's what daring to live out loud is all about. Well, I hope this story about Eliza and her journey with cancer has inspired you today. I know it's inspired me. Now, I'm going to share my entire poem with you so you can hear how Eliza's story fits in to the overall context of the poem. Now, you all know that I coach and consult with leaders all the time, and I also write and speak about leading and leadership, specifically focused on values-based leadership. My clients love it because I'm one of the few leadership coaches and consultants who does that. Now, my clients, they often want me to tell them more about my life, to share more of my own story with them. And I do. And I often share this poem with them as well, because my story actually lives and breathes inside of this poem. So I simply tell them, if you really, really want to know more about me, just read or listen to my poem. Let me share it with you. Song to Myself. It doesn't matter to me what you do or where you work. I want to know who you are when the sun goes down, and if you are willing to put everything on the line to fulfill your soul's desire. It doesn't matter to me how much bread you can afford to put on your own table. I want to know if you will knead and wait and bake the bread and share your blessings at someone else's table. I want to know if you can look into the eyes of the young woman who sleeps with fear each night, the one who dared to walk away from the hands that pummeled her. I want to know if you can share her pain. It doesn't matter to me what neighborhood you live in or what kind of car you drive. I want to know what drives you, what compels you to follow your soul's longing. I want to know what pierces your heart, awakens you at night, and inspires you to devote yourself to whomever or whatever moves you. I want to know how many times you've opened your heart and extended a hand to your homeless sister or brother. I want to know if you will sit in the quiet, dark hours between midnight and dawn, listening to another's heart song. It doesn't matter to me how many unspeakable secrets you have. I want to know if you will share your secrets to liberate your demons so they don't devour you or those you love. I want to know if you will risk looking foolish to embrace your bliss. I want to know if you will grasp the sleeve of a nameless elder stumbling on his way and lead him in from the cold. I want to know if you will throw away your cloak and show your heart, if you will dare to wear your soul on the outside. It doesn't matter to me how many mountains you've climbed or will climb. I want to know if you've fallen down in the valley of despair. I want to know if you've scarred your knees on the stones of self-abandonment. I want to know how long you've been hidden in the shadows of hypocrisy, prejudice, addiction, abuse. I want to know if you will stop to light a candle and pray with others who will surely wander there. It doesn't matter to me what you say you will do for others. I want to know if you will act with courage and conviction, if you will daily cradle the frail hand of your mother when she no longer knows your name. I want to know if you will look into the hazel, gray, or ebony eyes of a stranger and say yes, yes, to affirm your sister, your brother, yourself. I want to know if you will take the time to be still, call the names, and pass the cup to honor the ancestors who cleared a path and broke new ground for you and your children. It doesn't matter to me that you have a past. I want to know if you will celebrate your present, if you will take a stand, declare yourself, sing, I am, boldly and with rejoicing, not only to the stars at night, but to anyone, anywhere, without apologies or regrets. I want to know. Wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all take a stand and declare ourselves and sing I am boldly and with rejoicing? Declare ourselves by lifting up and celebrating the awesome, incredible power of our own true voice.